Hey, Bill. I hate to ask it, but can you give an update on Mauti and how difficult of a situation is that for you to kind of see a kid go through that?
I can't really give you an update. I really can't. I don't know yet. We meet on all the injuries early in the week, so I don't know the diagnosis. But all I can say is that in your career, as fortunate as I've been to be around some very special players. I mean, you're thinking about some of the players that you've had the fortune to coach, and I've coached the greatest. I've coached the Hall of Fame quarterback and Hall of Fame receivers and great players, and he's one of the most special players I've been around. So I think that and I would say this because again, like we said from the day I got here, it's about that whole senior class. There's a bunch of special guys in that class, and he embodies, in my opinion, what Penn State's all about: tough, grind it out, smart. He's just a fantastic kid.
Bill, over here. From the way you're talking, it sounds like Michael's played his last down for you. Is that accurate to say?
No, it's not. I don't know the diagnosis. You're gonna keep pounding it. I don't know the diagnosis. When I know it, I think I've been fair about injuries all year. When I figure it out, when I know it, I'll tell you guys what it is. Who's up?
Bill, do you like how you guys responded after Michael got hurt? Do you like how they responded?
Well, I think this team's a bunch of resilient guys. I think that, when a guy like that who's a leader on your football team goes down in a game, I think that it was a good response. And we've got a bunch of veterans on defense, with Hodges and Glenn Carson and Jordan Hill and Stephon Morris, a bunch of guys that played a lot of football. So, they knew what they had to do, and I think offensively we finally got it going there about the second quarter.
Bill, to your right. Did any of your assistant coaches see a replay of it? Do you think it was a dirty play, that hurt like a chop block maybe?
No, Joe, no. I just came in from the game. I have no idea what happened on the play.
Bill, what did you say to your team when you gathered them around you right after the injury occurred on the field?
Right after the injury occurred?
Yes.
No, again, I just gathered them up, and what I said was between myself and the team. I don't think I really said much there. I just wanted to get going.
Hey, Bill, you guys had a couple of single-season Penn State records get broken on offense today. 11 games in, how pleased are you with how your offense has gone and how the players have learned it and performed it this year?
I'm very pleased. These kids are just a really fun bunch of guys to coach. They work extremely hard. They're smart. Just seeing improvement all year. I say it every week, but it's just a very, very special group of guys to coach. And our assistants would tell you the same thing. They love to practice. They love to lift weights. They love to condition. And I think that bodes well for the future of Penn State football.
The best you can. If you can remember what you first thought when you saw Matt McGloin and what you thought about different aspects that he could improve. And actually whether you thought he could and what has happened compared to what you thought was possible.
Well, when I first saw him, I knew right away that we had a competitive kid.
Yeah.
And I knew that we had a kid that football was very, very important to.
How? How did you know that?
Just the way he was on the field, the way he was in meetings, the way he took notes, the way he listened. You have to have those traits to be a successful quarterback. You have to have in my opinion, it's just my opinion, you have to have a brain that can work fast, you have to be competitive, you have to have a huge desire to win, and he has that. And so then he would, he continued to work at it. He worked at it on mechanically, his footwork, his accuracy. He did a lot of that on his own with Charlie Fisher. Charlie works a lot with his technique, and you got to give Charlie a lot of credit. And obviously Matt worked a lot on it in the off season, and he I saw him become a better leader. I saw him get, knowledge is power. So when you learn the offense and you know what to do and you know what everybody else is doing, you have a chance to be a good leader, and I think he's done that this year.
Do you remember anything functionally where you went, oh my God?
Yeah. Oh, no, when I went on no, I remember something functionally when I said, we got a good guy here. I'll tell you that. I was in a meeting in spring practice, and I put him up on the board, and I said, draw this up, this play. And he drew it up within about 3 seconds, neatly, knew the read, knew what everybody did, drew up the front, drew up the coverage, knew the protection, knew where it was supposed to go. I mean, things that you guys wouldn't understand. I mean, these are football things. And it was gun trips right, 64 special, 8 sneak. I'll never forget it.
And draw that.
And it was bang. And I just knew that at that point that we had a kid that was working at it that wanted to be the starting quarterback.
Bill, I don't know if the numbers, I don't know if you've seen them yet or what they mean to, but he had 395, and Allen Robinson had 197.
Really?
What's the connection? I mean, it's been there all year, but how special of a connection is that between quarterback and receiver?
Yeah, I think that, again, when you work that much in the off season, when you're out there, Corey, in the summertime and you're working on routes and you're talking about different coverages, different situations that may come up, and you're just out there on the practice field and you're, hey, look, if we get 1 here and I call the in cut, how are you going to run it versus this leverage? If we get 3, how are you going to run the hitch here? How are you going to, I think that they worked a lot together along with the other receivers. I think a lot of those other guys have improved too, but Allen is clearly the leading receiver for us, and it's it's a nice combination with him and Matt.
Bill, speaking again of Allen, just the athletic plays he made today, just going up and getting balls, jumping guys, running away from guys, breaking tackles. Is that pretty much what you expected from him when you first saw him?
I mean, he's a really, I always say this, every guy's a little bit different, and he's a very unique athlete. He was a really good basketball player. In fact, last night he was telling us at dinner, he was telling us about, he played high school basketball against a guy that goes to Iowa State. He had 36 in a championship game. I think the other guy had 35, and they're talking about alley-oop dunks and all this stuff. I mean, this guy's an excellent athlete, so that translates well to the football field. He's got good hand-eye coordination. He can jump. He's got the ability to lower his weight and change direction on routes. He's just done a really nice job. And Stan, the development under Stan Hickson, who brings a lot of pro experience, how to run routes and how to work against a different leverage, has really helped Allen.
So one more on those 2 guys. The 4th down play in the first quarter, was that your call, or did Matt get into that when he saw that Allen was alone out there?
That was a play where I think we were in empty, and Matt has the option to check, and he checked. So who are you going to give credit to there? You got to give it to McGloin, man. He got us into the right play.
Bill, how do you think your secondary held up today, missing Malcolm Willis, who's a very key player?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's hard anytime you lose a guy like Malcolm, and but I thought those guys, they're resilient, they're tough. Maybe there's a bad play here and there, but they don't let it become a bad day. If that makes sense, they'll rebound from plays. There was the 80-yard touchdown on the bubble screen there, in the second half, and I thought they rebounded nicely. They're competitive kids, and John Butler does a nice job coaching them.
Hey, Bill, what explanation did you get for the sideline interference penalty?
I mean, that's on me. The guy, I was in the white and the guy ran into me. That was, so that was on me.
I hear from a lot of Penn State fans, and they want to know the answer to this question. That's why I'm asking it. You're going to be back here next season to coach Penn State.
You guys gave legs to a story last week that there's no story there. I mean, there's no story there. I'm focused on one game at a time. I'm focused on this football team, and that's not something that I even think about. I think about, I'm the head football coach at Penn State, and I'm looking forward to getting this team ready for Wisconsin. I mean, we give legs to a story that's not even there. It's not even there.
It's a yes or no.
Just because somebody wrote an article.
No.
It's not a yes. It might be for you. It's for me. It's Wisconsin and this football team and this senior class. That's where I think the question should be directed. Indiana, the senior class, getting ready for Wisconsin.
Well, that's going to sound to them like you're non-committal to those fans.
I'm the head football coach at Penn State. I love coaching here, and I can't wait to get back to work on Monday and get ready for Wisconsin.
Bill, you came back with Zwinak after his fumble. Can you talk about, his overall game and working through the fumbles with him?
Yeah, that's something he's got to get better at that. He's a heck of a player. And, we do strip drills, we put him through the blaster, we do a lot of different things to try to drill it, but at the end of the day, the player has to do it. He's a great kid, and, I think he'll improve on that. That was a bad fumble that he had today, and he knows that was. I'm going to be hard on him because I think he's a heck of a player, so he's got to get better there.
Also, you had kind of appealed to the fans. Obviously, the students aren't here. Can you talk about the atmosphere today?
I thought it was good. I mean, didn't you guys? I thought it was good. I didn't know what to expect, and when we got off the bus, I can't say enough about our fans. I think we have great fans here, and I think they support this team, and this team, really appreciates it. That's for sure. I thought the fans were really good today, and I hope that they're great next week. They were really good today, and I hope that they're phenomenal next week.
Bill, can you talk about the interception by Hodges and it came out of the...
That was a great play. Yeah, what a great play. That's the type of player he is. He's an athletic player, and he dove and was able to get his hand underneath it and scoop it in. And I thought that was a great play. That's the type of player he is.
Okay, thanks, Coach.